him, and why? Because they what? What Brother Campbell just
What
said.
they had done to him.
The first thing came to their mind when they said it was Joseph was they what?
Yeah, they thought he was dead.
Thought he was dead, and where they put him. You think about it now. You know, you wait a minute. Oh Lord, he is. And then they were surprised. Yeah, payback. Because that's the first thing we would have thought is payback. That's the first thing we would have thought was payback. But anyway, they were terrified at his presence.
Mm-hmm.
So he's telling them, I am Joseph. I'm your brother. And then they go on and, they still sitting up there looking strange and scared. Exactly.
Because they did not recognize him from the get-go.
Because look at him. Look at him. How is he dressed?
Just like they
You
are.
second in charge over a country.
Yeah.
You dress fine. You got folks doing what?
Under you.
Under you.
Under you.
Yeah.
Did he not interpret that dream before when they put him in the hole? Wasn't that part of the reason they put him in the hole? Because his dad had made a special coat and he told his dad about the dream that I'm dreaming. He dreamed that this was going to happen, that I'm going to be, y'all going to be bowing down to me.
That should have made him mad.
They really got mad. Like he said.
You kidding?
Because he was the baby and they already could see the difference that the dad was making. But he was telling them the what?
He was telling them the truth.
He was telling them the truth.
What he had saw, what God had showed him.
What God had showed him. And he was telling them the truth. So now, here they are, and they in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of trouble are they in?
They need food.
They need food.
They hungry.
They hungry. They need food. And he's telling them, listen, I am your brother. Because he done sent them back to get the other brother, and he's going to send them back to get the dad and everybody. And they... What he got up his sleeve.
The other brother, they ain't getting nothing.
They don't get nothing. So that's what he's doing. Anybody got anything? His tearful. He reveals it to him. Because when he tells them, and the first time he seen him, he turned his back and did what?
Mm-hmm. Right, because he wouldn't let them, he cried. And he wouldn't let them see him
crying.
Yeah.
They would have figured,
Emotions,
they'd have been wondering.
Yeah, why is this man crying? Yeah.
He don't know us like that.
That's what I'm saying. At the time, they did not recognize him, but he knew who they were.
He knew who they
He
were.
knew exactly who they were.
All right.
Also, that remember, he acted like he didn't speak Canaan. He didn't speak their dialect.
That's
Right.
right.
He had
Yeah.
an interpreter.
Yeah, he had that
He had an
interpreter.
interpreter.
That's right.
Because he had not, and that's good. That goes to show us, I don't care where you go and what you do in life, you ought to be appreciative for Blower.
Mm-hmm.
Some of us, we move up a notch and we move off and go stay somewhere, and the first thing we holler,
Lord.
oh no, I'm not from Blower, I'm from so-and-so. Where
Girl,
you
you
stay?
can't they don't.
I've seen people like that.
Yeah. Been in the country all their life, because this all this is, and you go to Chicago, and they full of nothing but country folks.
And Joseph did not forget
folks.
where he was from.
Yes.
Joseph was a Hebrew. He didn't forget it. Because that's just like, when you live in Rome, you do as the Romans do.
There you
And
go.
that's what he did. He learned their language.
right.
He learned their dress and
Yes.
everything.
Yes.
That's the reason why he was second in line. But he never forgot to speak and know his what?
Own dialect.
His own dialect.
Yeah.
But he knew that he just couldn't jump out there and tell them, I'm Joseph.
Yeah.
So he had to do what?
Use an interpreter, gradually move
He had
into
to
it.
use an interpreter and gradually.
He knew how to do his thing.
He knew.
Yeah, that's it, Miss Grandma. That's
That's
it.
it. He knew how to.
He knew how to do
He
it.
worked
And guess
it.
who was helping him do it?
God.
Yeah.
Teacher always said that brother sold him, but God bought him.
That's
There
right.
you go. That's a good one.
Well, it's like our vacation Bible school thing we had a couple years ago, from the pit to the palace.
Yeah,
That's
and
it.
that's it. From the pit to the palace, because that's where he was. In that pit, and look at him, second in charge. So that's what God wants us to do. And that's what we don't. We don't never forget where we come from. And we need to, you got to work with it. Don't get out there, you done moved up a notch, you second in charge, but remember now, you had to come from where? From the bottom of the...
And you can't forget where you came from, because see, you have to have a testimony of what God brought you through and brought you out of and where you at now. So if you forget where you come from and what you done been through, how you gonna give a testimony to anybody to help anyone else to go through whatever they